Hello again. Welcome back to your 5-minute devotional stop with me, Amy Phillips. I'm on a journey moving from fear to faith, and I hope you'll join me for Just Believe. Well, hi friends. So I'm going to keep building from last week about identity, and I've been living in Psalm 139. Listen to David. He says, "How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand." Now, that's a lot of thoughts, right? In fact, it's 7.5 to the 1,018th grains of sand, or 7,500,000,000 quadrillion grains of sand. So he's constantly thinking of us. It says, how vast the sum of his thoughts. Beyond our imagining is how many thoughts God has of us. Psalm 40, verse 5 says, "Many, O Lord my God, are your wonderful works which you have done, and your thoughts towards us cannot be recounted to you in order. If I would declare and speak of them, they are more than can be numbered." And so the average lifespan is 76 years, or roughly 2.4 billion seconds. So that's 2.4 to the ninth power. So if God had said he had 2.4 billion thoughts of us, that would be one for each second of our lifetimes. But instead he says 7.5 quintillion thoughts. So instead of to the ninth power of seconds, it is to the 1,018th power of seconds, which is way more than I can even calculate. So many more than the seconds we have in our lifetimes. So if God's thoughts were in a linear line, that would be so many thoughts per second. This means, friends, that God is always thinking about us. Always. David says, "You have searched me, Lord, and know me. You know when I sit and when I rise, you perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely." So he's familiar with all our ways. He has plumbed the depths of our hearts. In fact, he knows us better than we know ourselves. He perceives our thoughts and even knows what we're going to say before we say it. I don't think we can even comprehend this, or we would watch our thoughts and guard our words all the more closely. But God has thoughts about every area of our lives, our relationships, family, heart, desires, physical appearance. And that might be the hardest one of all. God formed our beings and chose even our physical appearance for each one of us. But oftentimes we look in the mirror and we criticize our form. But God speaks in Song of Solomon, "How beautiful you are, my darling. Oh, how beautiful." And Solomon goes on to talk not only about the heart, but the outward appearance as well. I am certain God must see us criticizing ourselves and think, how sad it is that we've not recognized our true beauty and our true worth. I wonder how much it hurts his heart to see us trashing what he's made. I'm certain he often questions, how long will it take for this child to see their value? For we are his treasure, the Master's greatest piece of work, as Ephesians 2:10 tells us, for we are God's masterpiece. He created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do the good things he planned for us long ago. Every part of you, created in his image and set apart for him to do the things he set out for you. Years ago, I heard someone talking about spending time in front of a mirror telling themselves, "You look like the Father." Now, I've done it many times over the years, actually stopping to look at my eyes, not trying to pick apart or look at anything about myself except to remind me, you look like the Father. When people see you, they see the Father. Now go be like him in the world. His thoughts of you are not your thoughts of you. As Bill Johnson says, I can't afford to have one thought in my head that's not in God's head about me. We can't afford it for many reasons, but the first is that your negative, criticizing words aren't true and they hurt God's heart because he made you to represent him in the world. So let's look at who you are again. You know, I just wanted another chance to speak truth over you. Because where can you go from his spirit? Where can you flee from his presence or his truth? You can't. He will always follow you with His mercy and His grace. So you, my friend, are able to do all things through Christ. There is nothing that can stop you. You are able to do impossible things in Him. You are personally chosen and appointed by Him for the things He's called you to and the roles He has you in. You are guided by the Spirit of God into all righteousness, and you are kept by the power of God and triumphant in Christ. There is nothing that can stop you from being victorious. You are exactly who God created you to be, His best piece of work. You are united with Christ, made new in Jesus, healed by Jesus. You are a mountain mover by faith. You are His, and you look like Him. So take some time in the mirror before you go off to the rest of your day. Press yourself to look into your own eyes to remind yourself, I am His, and I look like Him. When people see me, they will see the Father. Do not fear, beautiful ones, just believe. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you feel encouraged and strengthened. If you want to connect with me, you can find me at amybphillips.com. See you next time.